Guys, Tulsi here. Welcome to another video of how did I edit this series. So today's photo is submitted by Sovan and he has asked me to demonstrate how to fix color tones and color balance in this photo. And I am going to demonstrate how I take this photo from what it is looking at now to this. So watch till the end to see the tips and tricks and techniques used in this photo. And if you like me to edit same with your photo, then do send it to me on the email displayed on your screen right now. So in this photo, it's a nice seascape photo. However, the sky is little blown out. The water, ideally it should be turquoise color, but it is not. And there is a very harsh light coming on these greens. So we're going to balance all these colors and tone by using two tools today. One is going to be the split toning and another is using of HSL sliders. So let's begin by adjusting, removing chromatic aberration. That is the first step I always do. Then secondary, fix the white balance. So as shown in my previous video, the way I like to balance my white balance is try and find an ideal white color in the scene. So in this we have a lot of white color, so I'm just going to pick up sample from here. Yeah, it looks quite natural. Black already is adjusted, you can see already there is. So if you, the hotkey is a J. If you hit J on your keyboard, then here you will see clipping warning. So this color is already turned into pure black, so we don't need to adjust black anymore. I think this is it for the global adjustment. Now let's begin working on the sky with the local adjustment. So I'm going to take gradient filter, make a selection of sky, reset the filter and just decrease the exposure a tiny bit till it matches with the foreground of the sky, maybe till here. It looks right. Make it cool a little bit again till it matches and balances with the foreground. Give a little bit of dehaze, so if there are any hues or any haze, it will clean it out nicely. I think this is looking good to me. Let's review once again. So this is where we begin, this is where we reach so far. Now let's work on this area. We will take a radial filter for this, make a huge big selection of this area, then reset this tool, increase exposure tiny little bit, and now for this area, this is where the sunlight is coming from. So as you can see, there is a tiny little bit of hint of color of the sun, but it's been washed out, so we'll just warm this area a little bit. So as you can see now, as I warm this up, the color of the sun are popping out a bit. Again, tiny bit of dehaze. Now here we see one challenge. As we brought up the sky and increase the warmth a little bit, but it also gives warmth on the skin tone as well, which we do not want. So the way to do is, we have to make selection of this area. So we have to make a selection mask. So under any local adjustment, you will have the range mask. So there are two options, one is the color and one is the luminance. So we're going to use the color mask. So how that works is, you have this color picker and you can select up to 5 different tones in this range, and that will make a selection. So let me demonstrate. I click here once, I click shift, I take one sample from here, I take one sample from here, I take one sample from here and I take maybe one sample from here. So as you can see, 1 2 3 4 5. If I click here, show mask, so now as you can see, the red area which is selected, the non-red area which is not selected. So there is no selection on the person. So we have masked the person out and only selected the sky. So now since only sky being selected, we can push our warmth little ahead, maybe till here, add little bit of magenta. There you go. So this is before, this is after. So see how much difference that it makes. It has made sky look much more realistic with color of the sun and color of the blue sky. Now let's work on the water. So again we will use radial filter, select the water body. I'm going to reset this slider. So again we will focus on using the color range. So same technique again, I'm going to take 1 2 3 4, maybe one from here, 5. So it has selected little bit of person, but that's okay. You can always change your picker. Yeah, if you feel it is little bit too much, from here we can reduce or decrease, or we can increase the amount. I think I'm happy with this selection. It has not selected any of the skin, it's only selected the t-shirt, which is okay. So now I'm going to remove the mask for a bit. Let's increase the saturation till it looks turquoise. See, now it looks nice turquoise watercolor. And cool it a little bit of magenta, increase the contrast quite a lot, lift up the shadows tiny bit. You can see from here, this is before and this is after making this adjustment. Now let's work on the person. So again we're going to take radial filter, reset the filter, and same technique we will use, color picker. Now actually let me demonstrate the luminance picker this time, not the color picker. So as we saw in the color picker, you can see sample up to 5 colors and it will make selection based on the color. Luminance is brightness. So if we select luminance mask, it will make selection based on the brightness of the photo. So in this area, these are the bright pixel, these are the dark pixel. So if you take range from dark to white, it will remove any dark pixel. If you take bright to dark, it will remove any bright pixels. So the way to do is you hold Alt or Option, click this button, so it will show only the mask, and then remove the bright pixel till the time till you get to the selection you want. I think I got the selection I want. I'll just narrow this down a little bit. You can see from here there is a short key also. The hotkey is O. Again we'll use smoothness a bit. So now we made selection of person. So let's increase the exposure. So lift up a shadow a little bit, so it will remove all shadows under the chin area and the forehead. Maybe I can decrease exposure a little bit. Smoothen out the skin by reducing the texture slider, and tiny bit of clarity reduction. Let's zoom into the face. Yeah. And just a tiny bit of magenta. So again we'll go to, so this is before, this is after. So look how much different it has made to the skin color, skin tone and the brightness of the person, right? Now let's work on the HSL slider. So you can work HSL slider with hue, saturation, luminance, like that, where you have, so if you are into this tab of hue, so hue means color, saturation means how rich or how saturated the color is, and the luminance is the brightness. So this is the three basic principles of hue, saturation and luminance tab. So if you use interface like this, then you can select hue of all colors, saturation of all colors, luminance of all colors. But the way I like to set my interface is like this. So I have control over each color with all three parameters: hue, saturation and luminance. So let's target the greens first. So as you can see here, greens are washed out with harsh sunlight. So we're going to reduce the luminance till it looks decent. I think this will do. So you can see here before, after. As you can see, it has removed a lot of harsh sunlight from the green. Maybe reduce luminance tiny little bit more. Can reduce saturation also a little bit more. And I'm going to change color of green towards more yellowish. Maybe till here. Now let's go on to red. So this red, primarily I'm going to look here. As I change the sliders of red, I'm going to look at the skin tone. The skin is little bit orange, so if I slide it over here, it will make skin look more orange, which is unrealistic. So I'll just slide towards purple till we get the realistic skin color. I think this is looking better. Reduce the saturation a little bit and will brighten this little bit up. Same thing with orange. So there are little tints of orange in the foreground. So we'll reduce again the luminance a little bit, and this time we'll increase saturation of orange a little bit and we'll make them more orange. Now come to yellow. Again tiny bit of saturation reduction, little bit of luminance, and we'll make orange towards green. So now as you see the difference in the green which has made. So we've taken our greens from here to here. Maybe I'll go a little opposite, and now let's come to blue. So we'll make our blue little more turquoise. So you see the difference it makes in the watercolor, this to this. And little bit of saturation in purple, tiny bit. And so now zoom into the skin tone and see if we get the right skin tone. So this is due to harsh sunlight, it looks very pale yellow, and with the little bit of color adjustment we made it look more realistic. Now let's go on to split toning. So the way split toning works is you can individually set tones of your highlights and tones of your shadows. So you can change, as I explained, hue represents the color and saturation represents the intensity of the color. So the way to do is you hit Alt or Option and click on this button. So it will show you which color tone you are now. So I want highlight of more sunset or sunrise color. So maybe oranges. So yeah, maybe somewhere here I am happy. Then leave it there. Same thing with the shadow. I want shadow more towards purple. So or magenta. Maybe it will here. Yeah, maybe let's try like this. Yeah. So now gradually and slowly increase the saturation. We have adjusted the color. Now we're going to gradually and slowly increase the saturation till you find. So you can go like this over crazy and then slowly reduce till you see it has made nice balance. And I'm happy here. Same thing with the shadow. You can go all the way crazy and then reduce till you find right balance. Maybe let's try shadow tone somewhere here. Yeah. And just this tiny bit. That's it. Now let's see. This is before. There are a lot of still blue tones, and this is after. You see how naturally we have recovered the tones of the sun, still maintaining tones of the blues and the greens. But this has given us one more problem. Let's reduce this saturation a little bit. So as we worked on the shadow tones, it has made the skin color of the person little bit unrealistic. So let's go back to the HSL slider and reduce purple a little bit. Make red towards little bit more red. Yeah, yeah, I got it now. So before, after, then maybe little bit more. That's it. So now let's come to curve and make it little bit more vibrant. So we can do simple S curve, but it's not working in this case. So reset. Just will bring down the highlights till here and lift up the shadow, pull down midtones. Yeah. I'm going to take one big radial circle, reset the effect. If I uncheck invert, it will select outer parameter of the filter. Decrease the exposure a little bit, decrease the highlight. And let's give a little bit of vignette. midpoint, feather it down fully, and let's look at. I think I'm happy with this. Here, and we'll put these three sliders, color details and smoothness in noise reduction all the way till 100. So it will only work if there are any color noise, it will repair that. Going to take one more slider here, reset, and just decrease tiny little bit exposure in this area and reduce tiny little bit contrast in this area. That's it. So we're done with this image now. So this was before we began with this photo and we made it till here. So let's see the side by side comparison. So as we can see, we have recovered quite a lot yellow from here to here, still retaining blues of the sky, greens of the foreground, and the color of the water. So that's it guys. I hope you like this video, and if you like me to edit your photos like this, then do send it to me on my email and I'll be happy to edit this for you. Thank you very much for watching.